put her hand on my shoulder and she's like, I just want to thank you for being my mom. That is your child. They are still in there and we'll get them back. It is Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. About to pick her up at the group home and bring her back here for a few hours. And not gonna lie, feeling a little anxious, but hoping it all goes well. Been picturing a good outcome. Got our little Easter basket here. So yeah, I will fill you in on how it goes. Hello, it is 2 days after Easter and I wanted to give my update. Easter went pretty well. I got to see my mom, who I think I'd seen twice in the year due to COVID. So that was amazing. So the three of us got to spend time together, which was really, really nice. I'll be honest, we had some highs and lows. She was irritable, didn't want to go back to the residential place and complained a lot about it. Just seemed very sort of irritable to me, but I think a lot of that is the transition piece, which has always been difficult. I mean, it's difficult for anyone, but it seems extremely difficult for her. So any transition when she knows she's going back somewhere, there's this time where she's really irritated with me, I think. And it reminds me of when her dad and I had split custody and going back and forth. It was just usually kind of a day of irritability before she settled in. So it sort of made sense to me. We had a pretty good day. We went out to dinner for Easter, I guess, well, late lunch, early dinner. And we went to the place she chose, which was Olive Garden. And she had on a really form-fitting, cleavage showing dress, which is fine. She's a beautiful girl, but long story short, she had her moments of being a little pouty, and she went out and sat on the steps at one point, mostly because I said she did have to go back to the place and she didn't understand why she can't stay here. And it's just so painful because of course I would love it if she could stay here, but she doesn't get what she needs here like she can get there, with staff taking her places and helping her fill out applications and all the appointments she has and things. Just she's better off there, and I think I'm her punching bag, so to speak. So it's just best she not live with me right now. And so we ended up, she wanted to go for a walk, and we were going to, but we ended up sitting in a room for probably 2 hours just talking. She talked to me about marijuana, how she would really like to get her card, because to her marijuana is where it's at. That's the only thing that calms her down, and she would like to get it legally rather than meeting strange dealers or whatever, however she's getting it, because they took her card away because she's not allowed to have marijuana at the place. And anyway, I said, well, yes, I would much prefer you get it that way than some other way, but I really would prefer you not do it at all. And we went through the whole, she tends to go overboard. She does the dabs. Dabs are absolutely not okay, not going to work. I told her, had you just smoked a joint or a couple puffs off a bowl to relieve your anxiety or whatnot, that might have been okay. But no, you take it to the extreme. You do it for the high. You're not doing it for the calming effect. And she assured me, well, she would, and maybe she could do edibles. And I listened to her because I don't want to judge. Listen, she's the only one that knows. She knows her body best. I don't. So I really try not to judge it, but I do know the dabs or the concentrated marijuana does trigger the mania. And I don't condone any marijuana. I'd really rather her figure it out on her own. Like, there's something internally she needs to work on, and we can't keep trying to mask that. I want her to figure out what that is and then to work on that. And so I thought it was a good heart-to-heart talk where I listened to her side, and she sort of listened to mine, but I don't know that she gets it. But anyway, fast forward, it took us a while to get back to she had to be back to the place, and we had to drive her back, and it was getting dark. And of course, she's the type that once you tell her it's time to go, you're not leaving yeah, it's going to be a half hour, because she's going to dawdle, and she's going to forget something, and she's going to go to the bathroom and spend time in the bathroom, and that's just what she does. So we're ready to go, and a half hour later we start driving down the road, and then she's freaking out because she forgot her charger, so we have to turn around, and it's kind of a pattern. So not shocking. But anyway, on the way home, which was the best part of my, other than seeing mom, the best part of my day, I think, was she put her hand on my shoulder, and she's like, I just want to thank you for being my mom. I love you very much. And I got to tell you, take those words and eat them up, because when you hear that, I mean, that just filled my heart. And I told her, thank you for being my daughter. You're perfect. She's like, I'm not perfect. I said, you're perfectly imperfect to me. And you're exactly what I want for a daughter. And I felt we had a good bonding moment on the way back to the place. And she dropped off very well, like transitioned back to the house well. They had hidden Easter eggs, so it was kind of late, but she had something to do when she got back. So that was all great. And I want to fast forward, because today we had a team meeting. Well, actually, let me rewind. Yesterday, I woke up and I had this kind of epiphany, and I have a video about it. And it's basically me telling her I think her purpose in life is to help other people. I think the reason she's gone through all this pain is to try to determine a way to get through that and to help others without substances, without alcohol, drugs, marijuana, anything, to figure out how to feel better without all of that. If she could figure this out and then help other people, which I say all the time, but I literally made her a video and sent it to her, which I don't think she's watched yet. But today we had a meeting, a team meeting with her dad and all the providers at the house, the nurse, the therapist, and the director, and it went really, really well. She was smiling. She is applying for jobs. She is applying to volunteer. She's taking a class. She's just working out every day. So really great things. And I gotta say, I'm very proud of her, very happy of how things are going. I think she's in the right place right now. And positive thoughts, people. We have to just keep it going. And when these bright moments shine, we need to be so grateful for that and hold that inside and remember it, and just hold on. Even if it's, like I said, on the way home the other night, that one statement, it's hold on to that. Remember that. Keep it here. We don't need to focus on all the other stuff. Just know deep down that is your child. They are still in there, and we'll get them back. Okay? So I just love you guys so much. I don't even know who's going to be watching this, but I'm speaking to other parents, and I feel your pain, and I also want to feel your success, and I'm really, really hoping that you're feeling some success as well. Hey, honey, excuse my appearance, because I just woke up and I'm still in my pajamas, but I have to record right when I think of it so that I don't not do it. So anyway, I kind of had this epiphany. Been thinking a lot about you and your purpose in life, and after our talk yesterday, and came blessed with this beauty and intellect and personality that, to me, everyone is drawn to. I mean, you have all of this going for you, and then it got kind of taken away. It just doesn't make sense to me. Nothing adds up, and I'm like, why? What the heck is going on? Like, I know there is a bigger picture for this amazing girl. It kind of came to me that so many people, they do choose to self-medicate, and it's like with alcohol, pills or marijuana or whatever it is. It's this self-medication. And I mean, it is rampant. I think you know as well as I do, this is what people are doing everywhere for every ailment. And it's like you have fibromyalgia, you have all of these ailments, and you've tried all of these medications and marijuana and whatnot, that there's got to be something else that makes you feel better without using anything. I mean, with what God gave us, right? Without medications, without marijuana, without drugs, without alcohol, there's got to be a way. And it's got to be fairly simple. We just have to figure out what it is. And if we figure out what it is, do you know how many people we could help? Do you know how many people it would help? You're at a place right now where everything's painful. Your mind, your body, you're in a lot of pain. You're suffering internally, externally. And we need to find what makes you feel better. And I really mean without substance. Like, I get, okay, we have to take certain medications, whatever. Maybe eventually not, but right now we have certain medications we have to take. But what if we were to find something that did work, that's not difficult? Not, I get exercise, meditation, those aren't really easy. But if you came up with a routine that is easy, that anybody could do, you know, you probably eat like most people. And what if you cut certain things out? What if you figure out how to feel better without using anything except for the medications you have to take? And then you helped others by telling them how you did it. I mean, do you know how many people you would help? And you would probably never have to have a job, because people would pay a lot of money for this. And I'm not saying do this for the money, but I'm saying maybe this is your purpose. Maybe instead of going to school, you felt all of this, you went through all of the pain this was your schooling. And now you can research and figure out how to make it better. And I'm saying a lot of people, they can't afford marijuana, or they'll get street drugs and then they get in trouble. Like, you got to figure out a way that does not mean substance. I mean, figure out a way that people can do this without external substances. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, and this isn't me telling you what to do and what not to do, but it came very powerful to me. Like, it really just, it's like somebody's talking through me to tell you. It was like I had to tell you this. So if you can just take these words and do with it what you will, but I really think there is something big for you that you need to be doing, and vlogging it, because I think people need to see as you're healing. I think they need to see the process so they see where you start. You know, if you're videoing it, I don't mean you have to post it. I just mean do it for yourself. Keep a video, a vlog. Maybe someday you'll post it, but of how you did it. Do a vlog every day of how you're feeling and what you're doing that's making you feel better. You're gonna find this solution, honey. I just know it. You're gonna find a solution, and you're gonna share it with others, and you're gonna help heal people without all the external substances, because there's so many people suffering just like you. So many. I'm telling you, this is the thing. If you can figure it out, because I can't, because I'm not in the spot that you are. I can be there to back you up and to support you, and that's what I'm here to do. But you are the catalyst. You have to show that it can be done. If you show that it can be done, you will give so many people hope. You would save people, literally save people. So just consider it. I love you, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. This is just what I feel for you, and take it as you will. I love you so much, honey.